welcome to To Be Continued. We're your host. I'm Christian.
I'm Caleb.
And I'm Riley.
And in this week's episode, we're going to be going over our predictions for week, 17? This season flew by.
I don't know. The Rams are out of it, so I've stopped paying attention.
What's that shirt?
The only thing I care about is Baker Mayfield.
Do you need a Baker jersey?
I think I do.
You better get it now before he leaves.
No, I gotta wait because I don't want it if he leaves. So we gotta wait and see. If he stays,
cool. That'd be like a novelty.
Do you have any?
Very little amount of people would have a Baker Mayfield jersey if he's only stayed for like 6 weeks.
Do you have a current Rams?
My newest jersey? Rams jersey is James Laurinaitis. So yeah, I do not have a current. Rams
Wow, jersey. That career went great, didn't it?
I mean, it did. He was really good for a long time, and then like as soon as he left the Rams, he was done.
Yeah, it was sad. All right, anyway, so we're going to start out with the Thursday night game. It's Titans at Cowboys. I think we all agree with this game. All down the line. Ready? Riley, you go ahead.
No, you can't start with me.
Cowboys. I just don't. I mean,
it's Malik Willis starting.
Malik Willis.
No.
Unless Derrick Henry takes it over, it's not going to be.
Derrick Henry's had an underwhelming season. I won't lie, but so have most of the running backs. Most of the running backs have had an underwhelming season. But I mean, the Cowboys are coming off a good game where they beat the Eagles. I'll say it. I don't know if they can repeat it. I mean, they don't have to repeat the same energy that they did to beat the Eagles because they're playing the Titans.
I feel like a lot of offenses in general have had very underwhelming seasons.
Yeah,
and here's what actually. So the reason that is, defensive coordinators came into this year and they realized what was beating Mahomes and all these other guys was Tampa too. They're like, we're not going to give up the deep shot, which is why if you realize all the teams who are having success this year, it's not the quarterback play that's getting.
They're running the ball.
They're running the ball. A great run game goes along, which is why.
I mean, look at the Rams this past week. Their only good offensive game of the season. They ran the ball successfully.
It's kind
of.
Look
at the Eagles. Why are they dominant? Because they can run the ball. 49ers.
There's no team in the playoffs that can't not run the ball. There's not one. They all have to at least be able to have a competent run game. The only one that might be in there is the Buccaneers, but that's only because of their division.
And they're going to have probably the best running back in the playoffs if they get in there because playoff Lenny is going to
True.
show up.
All right, so we all. Riley, you said Cowboys, right?
Yeah, I'll go with the Cowboys.
He's an Eagles fan, so he doesn't want to say it.
I don't want to say it, but I'll go with the Cowboys
it's
just because it's the Titans and they've had a definitely.
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
All right, in the next game we have Colt McCoy with the Cardinals versus Desmond Ridder and the Falcons.
Cardinals. I don't think Desmond Ridder is very good.
I gotta go Atlanta. I mean, it's just.
I just don't think Desmond Ridder's.
Do you trust
good.
Arthur Smith? Or do you trust Cliff Kingsbury? Like
I'll go with the Cardinals.
I like Colt McCoy. He's a Christian, so I'm going with him.
I think the Cardinals because this is J.J. Watt's last 2 games of his career, so I think he's coming to show out. You know, kind of put that little seal on his career and push it to the side.
If only I think he'll come back. I think a team because he's gonna be a free agent. I mean,
he's a free agent, but also I think he knows he's made enough money and he's tore his body up enough.
But I think it all depends if he wants a ring.
Yeah,
like, does he want to go somewhere where he can compete to win a ring? And it's also got to be a spot where he's going to like play a key part too. Like, he's not going to go be a rotational rusher. Like, he's going to go and
tell me if you could see this. Ready? Next year, Rams are on the verge of a playoff berth. They're one of the top teams in the conference, and they need an edge rusher.
Oh yeah, I could see.
And you say, "Hey, JJ,
Aaron Rodgers calls him up.
We're getting ready to be in the play." He just said Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, Aaron Donald. I was confusing goats.
I'm sorry to free, but he's like, all right, JJ, you can come to LA. We got home field advantage. You only got to play 4 games, and you get the rush next to me. You want to go get a Super Bowl? I'm saying yes. He's saying yes.
I think if a team calls him up that's a contending team that has a spot for him where he won't be the leader of the defense, I think he'll take it. But if he's going to go to a team where he's the leader of the defense and he has to carry him at his old age, I don't think he's going to do it.
Nope.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go to Pittsburgh, play with his brother, but
that'd be horrible on his body. Cold weather. Ugh.
Yeah. Football's fun in the snow, though.
It is, but not in the cold.
That's true. He would be coming from Arizona, where it's.
Yeah, and playing in the dome.
Yeah. Right to Pittsburgh. Also, like Houston, he's never played in cold weather. I mean, other than like away games.
He's never. Yeah. Well, he grew up in Wisconsin, so there's that.
I mean, yeah.
That's true.
All right, next game: Teddy Two Gloves or Bridgewater versus Mac Jones. Never in the day did I ever think I'd pick a backup quarterback to beat Bill Belichick. I'm picking Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, I got to take the Dolphins. I don't. Belichick is, he's had his moments of genius, but not having an offensive coordinator when you've got a young QB,
it's ruined his development.
I still think Mac Jones is going to be fine, but like people need to like stop pressing the panic button for one. Like he's got like a defensive coordinator calling offensive plays, so. Let's relax here.
I think they're 3 screen calls away from the NFL record.
I saw something that like Bill O'Brien is like a favorite to come be their offensive coordinator next year.
That would be a good hire.
If that happens, you're going to see a different Patriot team.
The other team, there's another quarterback that's actually not quarterback, coordinator that's rumored to be going there. Well, he's a head coach at UCLA at the moment, Chip Kelly. I think that would be interesting.
I don't know about bringing Chip Kelly back in the NFL.
I'd like to see him as a coordinator, not a head
coordinator,
coach.
Maybe.
All his offenses worked. I mean, even that last year in Philly.
Yeah, but bringing that college system back is not.
It worked.
Yeah, but look around the NFL. All these successful NFL teams are running kind of a college. Like the Eagles are running a college offense.
It's a new era.
I guess, yeah.
The Ravens are running a college offense. I love when Raven fans hate their offensive coordinator. Like the dude is like revolutionizing the game for you. And then all of a sudden, your superstar's out and your offense sucks. Well, like he tailored the offense for him. Like, if you just stick Lamar Jackson in like the Patriots' offense right now, he's terrible. No. Like Greg Roman has done great things, but go ahead, guys, fire him. How'd it work out with Wake Martindale? How's the defense doing?
Overall, I got the Dolphins winning that though, just because the Dolphins is set up for Teddy Bridgewater to come in there and just throw the ball. That's all they got to do.
If they win, they're in.
Which would be...
Are the Patriots eliminated?
Yeah.
They're like officially eliminated? Yeah, definitely.
If they lose.
Oh, if they lose, they're eliminated. Yeah. So they're still technically mathematically
alive. They have an 18% chance.
I think it's going to be a close game.
I think it will too.
It's in New England. That's why it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, but I still think that the Dolphins are just set up for Teddy Bridgewater to just throw the ball in the air.
Wait a minute. I'm going to the Patriots. I just thought the Patriots haven't lost. The reason I say that, the Dolphins have beaten the Patriots 4 straight times. I don't think Belichick's going to get beaten a 5th time. In New England, I just have a few. Yeah, I'm going with the Patriots.
Okay. You switch it up on us, but I mean, you're going to be wrong.
He switches up his favorite team. So.
All right, next game. I think we all have the same team winning. Gardner Minshew versus Andy Dalton and Taysom Hill. I'm going Gardner Minshew. I don't think this game is going to be close. I got Eagles 45, Saints 8.
Here's the thing. The Saints are still playing for something.
They're not.
So are the Eagles.
Technically.
So are the Eagles.
The Eagles are playing for the first seed.
And I don't think it's going to – I think the Eagles are going to win, but I don't think it will be a blowout.
Oh, it's going to be – afterwards.
I don't think it'll be a blowout either because the Eagles put their backups in whenever they get too much ahead.
I think you might see one of the closest games the Eagles have played this year because I think the Saints' defense is better than you think. I think the Saints' defense is going to do all right.
I think the Saints' defense.
They're not going to win them the game, but they're going to keep.
I think the Saints' defense is pretty good, but I don't think this will be the closest game we've seen all year because that Colts-Eagles game was pretty close. Pretty sure it was like 2 to 3 points off.
Yeah, so. another bad team.
Saturday.
What's the deal with why is Jameis Winston not playing quarterback? Is he hurt still or?
He's not hurt. The coach there, for some reason, thinks Andy Dalton gives them the best chance to win.
I'm telling you, if Baker Mayfield does get a starting opportunity somewhere and leaves, I hope Jameis Winston becomes the Rams' backup. Because
problem is Jameis Winston doesn't have the.
He's a leader. No.
Yeah, he's a leader. He doesn't have the mental.
I think he does.
Ability to
when
be
he's
a
been
backup.
healthy he's been healthy in New Orleans, he's looked very good.
But I'm saying he doesn't have the mental ability to be a backup. Like I don't think he can accept that he's dropped to a backup, and he's not in Tampa Bay anymore.
I think he would do really well with Sean McVay. And honestly, if I'm any of these like higher profile guys that like my career is borderline flaming out, I would be running to LA.
Carson.
And I would take less money to be the Rams back, especially when you see what Baker Mayfield was able to do right away.
Would you take Matthew Stafford as your backup? I mean, Carson Wentz as your backup?
I mean, if I was Carson Wentz, I'd want to go there.
Would you as a Ram?
As a Ram? I mean, I wouldn't be excited about it, but like.
Well, I don't think you're ever going to be excited about a backup quarterback.
I mean, could he win like 2 or 3 games for? Yeah, like I'd feel okay with him starting 2 or 3 games. I wouldn't want him starting like the last 8 and into the playoffs, but
I'll give you that. All right, so we have Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles.
All right, next game. Colts at Giants. The Giants win. They clinch their playoff spot. The Colts are starting Nick
I'm
Foles.
rooting as a
They're starting Nick Foles again?
Yes, sir.
Giants.
as an Eagles fan, I hate to say anybody in the NFC East is going to win, but I want the Giants to win because I want to see all 4 teams from the NFC East in the playoffs.
I do too. So I'm going with the Giants. I think they're not going to lose another game to not get into the playoffs. I think they're going to clinch this week.
I think the Colts are the team that they have the best chance to beat because I think they play
You guys
the
last
Eagles
week. And
last
if you
week.
guys don't win this week, they're losing next week because you guys are going to win that last game if you need to.
Oh yeah.
Never,
play
never
Giants.
underestimate a Philadelphia team's ability to choke.
However, I
true.
will say this.
Very true.
It's hard to predict divisional games because it's family business. They know each other very well.
The only 2 losses the Eagles have are divisional teams, and the only teams they haven't beat in the divisional is the Giants. So that could be the first.
But I think they're gonna. I think the Eagles are gonna win. I think the Giants are gonna win.
I think the Giants are going to win. I mean, Nick Foles is starting. Nick Foles, we obviously know doesn't do great starting as a backup quarterback. He's amazing. Came in as a backup.
He's
won
great.
Super Bowl.
He's only great in one place, Philly. Everywhere else he starts, he sucks.
That's why I don't think he's good at a starting spot. Like I said, he came in as a backup in Philly when Carson Wentz got hurt, and he won a Super Bowl. But then he went and got his own starting spot in Chicago and sucked.
But it's
And
kind
he
of
got his own start spot in St. Louis first.
Yeah,
They
you
traded.
got Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
What an idiot. All right. Next game. Panthers at Buccaneers. Whoever wins this game, I don't know what it is.
Listen,
Buccaneers have just been so underwhelming.
They should have lost last
Listen.
week to the third string of the Cardinals.
listen. Sam Darnold, sure, he's played great when he came in, but I have learned to never underestimate Tom Brady.
It's a different Tom Brady.
I don't know.
Do you
think
trust
it's
Steve
more-
Wilkes or do you trust Todd Bowles? I don't trust Todd Bowles.
Bowles.
All right, and now the game we've all been waiting for. Mr. Unlimited. Dangerous. Let him cook. Versus Pat Mahomes. In Kansas City.
That's a tough one.
Very tough. I'm going with, wait for it, Chiefs.
Kansas City by 3, at least.
I got
3
by
scores.
3 scores.
Oh, I was only going by field goal. I got the Chiefs. I don't even think the Broncos are going to score a touchdown or anything.
Well, you know what would be funny? What if the Broncos actually come out and look great?
Yeah,
They
you
might.
do. It is kind of common to see teams play a lot better once their coach gets
coach
fired.
is fired, yeah.
But I don't think this is the.
I think
week for them.
the only chance that the Broncos have at scoring is like a pick six, but even that's very low because they're going against Patrick Mahomes.
Yep. All right, so we all have Chiefs.
Yeah.
Next game. As a Commanders fan, I got to go for the Bears. It's Bears versus Lions. I got to go with the Bears.
Do you actually think the Bears are going to win?
I
You
don't
want the Bears to win.
I don't, but I really, for my pride, I'm putting the Bears to win because if the Bears win and the Lions lose and the Seahawks lose and the Packers lose, Commanders clinch if they win their game.
That's a long
That's
list.
a lot of things that have to happen.
But it's going to happen. You got to
don't
believe.
think so.
You gotta
I do think the Lions are going to win just because they've been playing
and they're at home, right?
Yeah, they're at home.
they've been playing spectacular. But Justin Fields, he might pull something out of his sleeve. Who knows?
They've lost 8 straight. If they lose 9, it will be a new franchise record.
Yeah, Lions.
I mean, I think the Lions are going to win, but who knows? Maybe Justin Fields pulls something out of his
And
sleeve.
the Lions embarrassed themselves last week. They're not going to do it again.
True.
They're
The only
gonna-
problem I
they're
have
gonna
with
show up.
Justin Fields can't complete a forward pass.
In that case, he'll just run a forward pass. He'll just take the ball into his own hands.
Has to do it himself.
That's what he's doing. I mean,
All right, so we all have Lions.
Sure.
Yeah, I want to say Bears, but it's Lions. All right, next game. Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns versus Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders in D.C.
Browns. They're starting Carson Wentz.
yeah.
Commanders by 2.
I think
Scores.
I think this week is where Deshaun Watson proves that he's still the old Deshaun Watson, just
Yeah.
because he's playing the
Yeah,
Commanders.
you're going to get a good
Okay,
massage on Saturday night. He's ready to roll.
All right, there is one stat that I think you guys would probably be happy to hear, and this is concerning to me. A team that played the Niners the week before is never going on the next week and won a game.
Yeah, I saw that. It's interesting.
0-13. So I'm hoping Wentz can be 1-13, but usually Wentz doesn't usually become a 1 in something. Unless this game was on Thursday night. If it was a Thursday night game, I'd like my chances. All right, so Commanders, Browns. All right, next game. Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars versus Davis Mills and the Texans.
Jaguars.
I don't know, man. Texans won. Didn't they win last week?
They've won, and they haven't lost to Jacksonville in over 2.5 years.
Listen,
Jaguars, actually.
Jaguars.
No, I just said no, it's Jaguars.
I hope they keep Honestly, I hope they keep Lovie Smith.
I do too. I think they need to give him another year.
Give him a chance with some actual talent.
I think the only talent that they have on that team is Damian Pierce.
Let him get a QB. And Brandon Cooks.
No, they have Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks can still
But
ball.
he's been bent. He hasn't been playing.
Really?
He stopped playing after the trade deadline.
Oh, I thought
That's because they got eliminated after the trade deadline.
He wanted a trade.
They were eliminated week 1.
He wanted a trade, and they weren't trading.
I don't blame them. They're what 2-12-1.
Terrible.
Yeah. All right, next game. Brock Purdy versus Derek. Oh wait, Derek Carr got benched, didn't he?
Yeah, he just got benched.
Raiders versus Niners. I'm going with Niners.
I think Niners because I think this week is when they're expecting Debo to come back.
Who's their backup?
Who the
The
Raiders? I think it's Nathan Peterman.
No.
I have to
Can't
open up
be.
ESPN.
I think it's stupid to not just go ahead and play Derek Carr. He's doing dumb things, but
They're going to
he's
cut him
your-
after the year.
He's your best chance. You got to roll with your best chance.
Sure. No, I mean their best chance is Josh Jacobs, but he can't play every position.
Sure. He's free agent at the end of the year.
That's wild because now they have to pay him.
Future LA Ram.
They didn't take their They didn't take his option.
Jarrett Stidham,
Oh my gosh.
former Patriot 4th round pick. Jarrett Stidham.
Future Brady replacement, Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, it's Niners. I think we all agree with Niners.
Yeah, that's stupid. Derek Carr's going to be in this game by the third quarter. Not second quarter, is my.
I think he'll be in the game at some point, but I think the Niners are going to win because this is also the projection for Debo to come back.
So here's my question: how do you think Devontae Adams feels?
I think Devontae Adams is just kind of there because he went from the Packers where he was the only receiver on the team, and now he's on the Raiders where it's him and Josh Jacobs, and even he's not really doing much.
He can't really do anything about it unless he wants to play AB and be like, "No, I ain't playing here no more."
Yeah. And in that case, he'll probably end up getting a sexual harassment charge, and then
A smear campaign by the league.
yeah.
All right, and now this is a game I need the Jets to win. But if you asked me about 5 days ago, I would have said the Seahawks would have won this game because it would have been Zach Wilson. But Mike White's back. It's in Seattle. I'm going with Mike White.
Seahawks.
Give me the Jets.
Listen, man, I watched Mike White get 6 ribs broken.
Still play.
I think the Seahawks are winning because I think Geno Smith is good.
Oh, wait a minute. Geno Smith's winning. It's a revenge game.
If the Jets were to play Joe Flacco, I would pick the Jets.
I also would.
If the Jets
Joe
had played Joe Flacco the full season, they would have.
probably-
Joe Flacco hasn't played since he played as the third string on the Eagles. So
He
He
played
played.
at
He
the
started the
first three
season.
games.
did he
for
did he
him.
play?
He still has more 300-yard passing games than Zach Wilson has in his entire career. Just in his first 3 games.
I don't know why the Ravens gave. Well, they had Lamar, but I don't know why the Ravens gave up on him like that. Like the league kind of just like gave up on
Because
him.
they overpaid him. Then they traded him to the Broncos, and then the Broncos
Benched him
gave
for
up
Drew
on
Lock.
him.
And look where Drew Lock is.
And now, this is a big game. Kirk Cousins versus Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. If Green Bay loses, they're eliminated. If Green Bay
Bay.
ties, they're eliminated.
Green Bay's gonna win.
I think Green Bay can
It's
win.
in Green Bay.
It's in Green Bay.
Green Bay.
What time is this game?
4:25. Oh, yep. Give me the Packers.
This is a must-win for them.
It's a must
Green
win.
Bay.
I think Aaron Rodgers is on the
And
must-win games. Aaron
Matt
Rodgers in the regular
LaFleur
season.
has never lost a December game. 15-0.
Well, there's a first time for everything, but I don't think
Vikings.
it's gonna be it.
It's gonna be Kirk Cousins.
I think.
Kirko.
I think Aaron Rodgers knows. He obviously they know it's a must-win game. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to win the game for the Packers. So
All right, so I got Vikings. All right, next game. Baker Mayfield. It's the Battle of LA versus Justin Herbert.
Rams.
Rams.
Rams. All right. Sunday night game. We have Steelers with Kenny Pickett versus Tyler Huntley and the Ravens. Steelers.
I got Steelers.
I don't even want to think about that game.
It's
I don't either. But as you
If
know,
Tyler Huntley's playing, then the Steelers.
Wait, but
are
you know
gonna win, but,
here's the crazy part. They flexed the Rams Chargers out so they could put Steelers Ravens.
why?
I think the
That's
Rams
going to be
Chargers,
ugly football.
It is.
The Rams Chargers has potential to be like a
Flash.
like a 42-41 game.
yeah, like a really high-scoring
Like
game.
it could be a fun game to watch.
I think the Steelers are going to win, obviously because Huntley's in. But also, if they lose, then that shows that makes the Bengals as the number one in that division. I think because I think the Ravens and Bengals are tied right now.
Bengals already won.
Oh,
the
did they win
Ravens
it?
have one more loss.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
And a
watch
better
last week.
divisional record. All right, last game of the week. Bills Bengals. Oh, it's in Cincinnati.
Ooh.
In Cincinnati, Bills, Bengals.
If the Bills lose, they're dropped to the 2 seed, and the Chiefs go up to the 1.
This is the game of the week.
It's game of the week.
I think Bengals are going to win it just because Josh Allen hasn't really done anything since midseason. Like he had one really bad game where he hated on himself in the press conference after, and after that he just fell off and nobody's heard from him.
I am praying for Josh Allen to win. I love Joe Burrow, but I'm praying for Josh Allen to win for one reason. I want to see Mahomes play a road playoff game because that is one thing.
That would be nice to see because he's had home field advantage every single playoff.
Every single year. I would love to see a road playoff game.
I think the Bills are going to win this game because I think they've got a really good secondary. I know they're missing the one guy. Was it Hyde's out for the year? One of them's out for the year, right?
Yeah, one of the safeties.
Yeah, but I still think the Bills' defense is really good, even without Von Miller.
Yeah. But I don't know.
But when they brought Von Miller in, they weren't just getting Von Miller to make their defense better. It was just so in the playoffs, when they needed a pass rush, they could have him.
Yeah, but they don't have it.
Nope.
But I think Bengals are going to win that just because the Bengals are fighting they're fighting to show that they're not the Super Bowl fever team. Like,
I think they're going to lose to Buffalo, but they're going to kind of win that division by default because the Ravens can't win without Lamar.
And Lamar probably won't play until the playoffs if he even plays.
If they even make it.
They've already clinched.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's no more games this week. So there's our predictions. Thank you for watching this episode. Until next time.
To be continued.